When someone walks out of your life, you expect some kind of warning. A big fight, a betrayal, a crack loud enough to echo. But sometimes, all it takes is a few quiet words said at the wrong time, with the wrong tone. That's how it was with me and Adam. We'd been together for 4 years. Not perfect, not fiery, just steady. The kind of love that feels like a routine cup of coffee, warm, simple, always there. Maybe that was the problem. Over time, I stopped noticing how much I needed him, how deeply he'd become part of my everyday. And I think, without realizing it, I started pushing him away. Not out of anger, just from being tired, confused, a little lost. That evening, we were sitting on the couch, not fighting, not yelling, just existing in the same space like two strangers with history. He asked gently, "Are we okay?" And I hesitated. I should have said, "I'm just tired." Or, "I need to talk." Instead, I let frustration speak for me. I shrugged and said, "Maybe we should end this." It came out colder than I meant. The silence that followed felt like the deepest sound I've ever heard. He didn't get angry. He didn't cry. He just nodded slowly. "Okay," he said after a long pause. "If that's what you want." But it wasn't. I thought he would fight, that he'd ask questions, that he'd hold on. But he didn't. He got up, walked to the bedroom, and began packing a bag, quietly, methodically. I sat there frozen, realizing too late what I had just triggered. I opened my mouth to speak, to say wait, I didn't mean. But the words wouldn't come. My pride, my silence, my stupid need to look strong, it held me hostage. He walked out with just a backpack and his keys. No final hug. No slammed door. No second look. That was the last time I saw him. And it broke something in me I didn't even know could break. The first night, I told myself he just needed space. That he'd text. That he'd come back once he cooled down. I left the porch light on. Even though I knew he always hated wasting electricity, I kept checking my phone. Every buzz making my heart jump. Every silence louder than thunder. But nothing came. By morning, the bed felt colder than I expected. His side, slightly sunken from years of habit, looked like it had already forgotten him. I stared at his pillow and suddenly remembered the way he used to sleep facing me, one arm always reaching out, even unconsciously. That small gesture, the way he clung to me in his sleep, said more than any poem or vow. I hadn't realized how much I missed it until it was gone. I told my best friend that we had taken a break. Like I was in control. Like this was temporary. But I could see the look in her eyes. She didn't believe me. And deep down, I didn't believe myself either. A week passed. No text. No call. No "can we talk?" No "do you still love me?" I kept expecting him to ask for closure. Instead, he gave me silence. Not the angry kind. The final kind. I tried to be proud. I tried to tell myself I did the right thing. That maybe we were drifting anyway. That maybe he wasn't the right one. But the truth kept tugging at my heart like a child pulling on a sleeve. I didn't want it to end. I just didn't know how to say, "I'm hurting and I need you." And I had said the opposite. One night, I went to the drawer where he used to keep his old receipts and boarding passes. Silly things he never threw away. I found one from our first road trip. A gas station in the middle of nowhere where we bought energy drinks and gummy worms and laughed so hard we nearly crashed the car. I sat on the floor, clutching that faded piece of paper like it was a relic, crying so hard I forgot how to breathe. It hit me. He had loved me with everything he had. Quietly, patiently, unconditionally. And I mistook that quiet for weakness. I remember the last message I sent him. It was 2 weeks after he left. Just 6 words. I didn't mean what I said. He never replied. And that silence? It still echoes inside me. Months have passed. People say time heals, but I don't think that's true. Time doesn't heal. It just teaches you how to carry the pain without dropping it in front of everyone. Some mornings, I still wake up expecting to see his socks on the floor, or hear the hum of the coffee machine he always started before I woke up. But there's nothing. Just the hum of the refrigerator and the echo of a space that used to be shared. I never got another message from him. No angry text. No second chances. No "let's talk." He disappeared with dignity. No drama, no vengeance. That's what hurts the most. I used to believe love ends in shouting matches, slammed doors, broken plates. But real heartbreak, it's silent. It's clean. It's someone choosing peace over confusion. And he did. I later heard from a mutual friend that Adam had moved 2 cities away, got a new apartment, adopted a dog, started hiking again. He looked happy, or at least at peace. That same calm man who used to fix the wobbly chair in our kitchen and hum old songs while watering the plants. He rebuilt a life without me, and he never looked back. And me? I still have the same apartment, same chair, same kitchen, but everything feels different. I fill my weekends with errands, my evenings with TV shows I don't really watch, and my nights with the memory of what I lost. Not because he left, but because I pushed him. You know the worst part? He would have stayed. If I had just asked. If I had just said, I'm scared, but I still love you. But I let pride speak louder than love. I let a temporary feeling create a permanent ending. Now I tell people we grew apart. It's easier than explaining the truth, that I told the only man who ever truly loved me to leave. And he listened. Sometimes closure isn't a conversation. It's the sound of a door closing softly and never opening again.